Hi, this is Upping Your Game, the podcast where experts share strategies to help you, your team, or your organization thrive in today's fast paced and ever changing world. Today we have Rajiv Garg, and Rajiv is the Professor of Information Systems and Operations Management, and he is a visionary researcher whose work unravels the complexities and the information flow across digital platforms and network structures. With expertise in areas like digital content diffusion, mobile commerce strategies, and the business value of emerging technologies like blockchain, NFTs, IoT, AR, VR, all the acronyms, right? Professor Garg's insights bridges academia and real-world applications. Rajiv, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you, Stephen.
See, very simple here. I have a question for you right up front, though. So, what makes your program so unique, though?
That's a great question, Stephen. I think our program is very unique because it gives more, or prepares the mid to senior executives or managers in any organization to understand, to deploy, to manage the emerging technologies, right? So we have, created three different certificate programs. One is on the digital transformation with technology, how different technologies have essentially changed the different businesses, different organizations in the last 20, 25 years. Taking example case studies. Then second, we also talk about the AI, which is broadly like everybody's talking about. What is generative AI? What is AI? How is it different, right? What can you do with it? Like, so talking about different applications, what is it? What is LLM? How is it different from machine learning? And how organizations can capitalize on AI to extract value, to essentially do things differently. And then going further in deeper, we also have certificate on analytics, like to essentially what is data analytics? How do you measure the ROI? What are different analytics methods? Can anybody do analytics? In this world of AI, literally anybody could be a developer, could be a coder with no background in coding. If you want to learn and deploy a machine learning algorithm with neural networks, we can do that. And this is something that you learn in one of these certificate programs as well. And you'll be able to do this within the hour, right? Which is phenomenal with no coding background. So I think our program is unique because it is catering that audience, which is essentially wants to make a change, wants to make a difference in their organization, improving the top line, reducing the cost, and making workplace a more exciting place than ever.
Wow. Sounds, I think I need to sign up already, Rajiv. So, no, but yeah, but this is the trick, right? So, for whether you're mid or senior executive, is really how do you manage, and the key word is deploy these new applications, because everybody says they know it, right? I remember doing a program and I put on the flip chart of blockchain, NFT, IoT, I put all the same, ML, all that. And then I said, everybody knows it, everybody knows it. But I told them, now turn to your partner and explain it. They couldn't explain it. They know the term, but they have no clue how to manage or deploy it, right? So
Yeah.
I totally get it. So you mentioned it a little bit about your mid to senior executives, but the target audience can be whom though?
So depends on the certificate. I would say the digital transformation, where you are making that decisions to transform your business with the emerging and new technologies. I would say, these are the people who would have at least 5 years of experience somewhere in the mid management who are making decisions.
Yep.
Right. So I think that digital transformation certification is targeted to that people who have the experience, who are managing teams or products or the technology within the organization. They want to bring in new technology. What are the do's and don'ts for those? So that'll be the target audience for that. The AI program, I would say, is a little bit more broader. Like the best use of the time will be for people, again, who have 5 years of experience, but they could be relatively junior management, like project managers. Like I have a team of, say, software engineers. I have a team of marketing people. How can I help them use AI to
Yeah.
be more efficient, be more effective, right? So in that scenario, it's essentially the applications of the AI. So that certificate could be for that slightly lower management, junior management kind of role with 5 years of experience or so. The analytics would be about the same, where people need to understand, can I have, like, I have all this data in any organization, every team, every individual has some data. I
Yeah.
have data. Can I gather insights from it? Can I make my own intuition better? How can I measure the ROI of what I'm doing with the data and with analytics? And so essentially, in this case as well, I think the junior managers, any decision makers, anyone dealing with data will benefit from the certification as well.
Yeah, and I think you are underplaying the program even by saying people with 5 years, because I think people with 15 or 20 years also need to attend the
Of course.
program, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, it's definitely and so given the opportunity, if you manage teams or you're leveraging or you want to get more efficient in your work, and as we call it, up your game, then you need to consider these two programs. Then,
And,
you
and,
know,
and Stephen, like, so we have or have interacted with people who are 60 plus years of age. They just
yeah,
want to reskill right now. And they
exactly.
say, like, the wording that you use are so easy to understand
Yeah,
that now I can actually change my career and I
yeah.
can call myself as a project manager for AI teams, right?
Yeah, I think is the case, right? You don't want to be afraid of AI and new emerging technology. You want to leverage it to,
Absolutely.
accelerate your whatever you're trying to do, right? So
Yes,
it's
yes.
such a great capability. So are there any specific skills and that participants will gain? It's kind of give them a sense of, any one of these programs. What kind of the skills will they get out of it?
So I would say again, so because that we talked about three different
Yeah,
certificates,
yeah,
so these skills are slightly going to be different. The digital transformation essentially gives a case-based approach and sort of the understanding of what were the successes and failures of various emerging technologies when deployed in different organizations in the past. What can we learn from them? What are different frameworks? If we were to adopt a new emerging technology, what should we think about? How should we think about what we should do, right? So it's a more of a higher level management skill
sure.
set that they're going to build, the strategy development and more rational, practical evaluation of emerging technologies for adoption. The AI stuff, people will essentially understand what is AI, what is machine learning, and how different generative AI tools can be used for different areas within the organization, right? We have been using generative AI for text-based generation. We can do this for essentially data processing as well. We can do it for code generation. This could be used in software engineering, marketing, operations, literally everywhere. So we talk about those applications. How do we use it? What can we do? How do we benefit from these things? And then also some ethical, responsible considerations when using AI. Not everything that we're going to
Yeah,
do with AI is going to be the correct way, right? So one of the two of the biggest common challenges that I hear from industry is hallucination with AI, and second is the data privacy and security. We
mm,
talk about those things like how do you address hallucination? How do you address data privacy and security when you're adopting these AI systems and technologies? So we talk about those kind of skills in the AI course. In analytics course, we essentially think about what is data? What do you look for in a data? How do you even think of questions? Like, do you know the question to ask, or do you essentially explore data to come up with the right question to ask?
yeah,
What are different machine learning methods, different analytics processes that you can apply, right? What is the descriptive analytics, the predictive analytics, supervised learning, unsupervised learning that you can actually apply to any given data set? And not just the what you can do, but let them do it as well, right?
that's
Have
right.
the chat GPTs or the other LLMs do the analysis for us by exploring the data to make our insights or intuition better with those insights. So these are the kind of skills we cover across the three different certificates.
Well, I like that. So, the digital transformation is really more strategic and have frameworks. AI really is kind of the tools that you can use to assist. And then the analytics is really about how do you use the data. We all have data, but can you ask the right question so that you can use the data? So,
Awesome.
Rajiv, here's the final question for you, right? So if there's one thing that you could leave or want to leave with our audience, so what would that be about your programs or how you guys run this information at the school?
So I think you answered this question beautifully, like before. We need to embrace technology, right? We need to embrace AI. We need to embrace analytics. We can't be afraid that, look, I don't know coding, I don't know technology, and as a result, I can't do this, right? My answer is until you experiment, you explore, you try, you don't know what you are great at. Maybe these tools, technologies will give you that superpower
Yeah,
that will like skyrocket your career, maybe improve the efficiencies in your organization. Like, wow, I could do this. I didn't even know, right? Giving that wow factor for you. And I think this is something that people should explore, right? So try out different technologies, experiment with it. And this is where a lot of different organizations in the past, so for example, when iPad was released, USA gave iPad to their entire management team and said, hey, use the technology and figure out what we can do. People came up with beautiful ideas on how to use that technology. Same thing, like
yeah.
just challenge yourself, like leave the fear behind and embrace
Yeah.
AI, embrace technology that is coming out right now, because that is the future. It's going to be a commodity in future.
Perfect. Rajiv Garg, thank you so much for enlightening us. If there's one message all of you need to take away is embrace technologies to accelerate either yourself, your team, or your organization. Thank you very much, Rajiv.
Thank you, Stephen.